Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I just want to give a little video on my fixed blade knife collection. If you've seen on the channel, I have a folding knife pocket collection of all of my folding pocket knives. Definitely check out that video. And I've been wanting to make my fixed blade knife collection video for a while now, just to kind of share with you guys kind of what I got stored away. Now, I'm not going to be going in super detail on every single one of these knives. Most of these knives you'll find I have individual videos on the channel, so if you're more interested in getting a little bit more detailed information on any of the knives that you see, feel free to go check those knives out. That's available on the channel. So, not trying to go in any particular order, I'll just kind of show you guys the knife, give a little history behind it, kind of why I bought it, and then kind of move on to the next knife. So in no particular order, first knife in the collection here, I have this old timer Sharpfinger. Picked this up at Walmart, and this was kind of the first knife that I wanted to get that was in the smaller fixed blade kind of realm. It's pretty decent size. It's got about a 3-inch blade, about a 4-inch handle. Really cool little knife, obviously designed for more hunting and outdoors tasks. Has a very precise narrow tip, and kind of has a Persian style or a trailing point blade. Not a bad knife, definitely in the budget category for sure, but you know, it'll get the job done if you're looking for something that is in the smaller fixed blade category, but also budget. Got it for about 20 bucks. So really cool, nice little saw cut design on the handle. But yeah, cool little knife. Also comes with this nice leather sheath, pretty well made for a budget knife. Next up, I have this other small fixed blade. This is not a knife that you can buy or purchase. This was hand forged by a local blacksmith, and I bought it for about $80. It has 1095 carbon steel, so you can see a really nice kind of blacksmith's finish on there. It's just a forced patina, and a really nice wooden handle, kind of a handle similar to what you would find on a lot of kitchen knives, which honestly makes it very comfortable. It's also compact. You're sacrificing blade length for a little bit more handle length, which actually gives you a lot more control, and it's more comfortable in the hand if you are bearing down and using it a little bit more aggressively or heavy for heavy duty tasks. Really cool. I wouldn't even know if I would call this a drop point style blade, probably more of a spear point. But just really cool getting to see some of the works of blacksmiths out there that are making their own designs. Next up, this was kind of my first self-defense, if you want to call it that, oriented type of fixed blade. This is the Cold Steel Tiger. Has this very ergonomic, obviously, karambit style blade. Not really a full true karambit. It only has one side with a true edge, and the ring down here is kind of designed more for a little bit more of an ergonomic grip, to not necessarily do a bunch of crazy flipping with the ring itself, but more as a secure point to place either your index finger or pinky if you're going in this grip. So really cool. It kind of has this rubberized handle, which honestly gives a lot of really good grip. The blade is AUS 8 steel, so not going to be holding an edge for very long, but with a lot of knives intended in this category, you don't really care about edge retention. You just want something that can take an edge pretty sharp and is going to be pretty tough. So that AUS 8, even though it's not good edge retention, is quite stainless and is going to have some decent toughness to it as well. It has a very beautiful stone washed finish on it. Next up, we have this Outdoor Edge Survival Series, the Outdoor Edge Lay Duck. And this was intended when I first bought it to kind of serve as a neck knife or a small fixed blade belt knife. And honestly, a really cool design. Obviously with this portion here kind of looks like a duck, which is kind of neat. It is definitely something that is not for everyone, because the ergonomics are a little interesting, especially with this portion here where you're kind of ring finger and pinky kind of meet. Some people are going to like it, some people aren't. The problem is that if you have larger hands, you're kind of forced into one particular grip. There's not really a lot of other comfortable ways to really hold this knife without having this portion down here kind of being in the way. But other than that, it's really nice in terms of both the jimping on the back, pretty good blade length. You're going to get about 2.5 inches of cutting edge, and you have a really cool design where you have a nice little belly, a sure, very precise tip, and then kind of a flat down here. So you could do a lot of outdoors work or any type of animal processing, and honestly, any type of everyday carry type tasks in a nice compact fixed blade. So really cool design, blade steel, HCR 13 MOV. This is definitely a budget category knife. I'm not sure what it's going for right now, but when I got it, I think I got it for around $35. So pretty cool little fixed blade. And it comes in with a really nice, kind of like a Kydex sheath. It has this little retention clip here, which helps make sure that it stays in, which I do appreciate. And the clip on here actually rotates, so you can change the type of carry that you want to have for the knife. So really cool. Next up, we have the Spyderco Bow River. This is a recent purchase, and I kind of wanted this to be my intended kind of all-around fishing and outdoor / camping knife. It can serve a lot of different purposes besides just scaling fish or processing fish. This is also a great camp knife because it has a lot of similarities and profiles to a kitchen knife. So this is going to be really good for cutting meat, cutting through produce, but also still being able to be used for some outdoor tasks. So really cool design. Got this for about $70, and it has this really beautiful G10 polished handle with these different layers of this white, gray, and black. Obviously a trailing point style blade on there, and I attached a kind of little lanyard here just for some extra surety and grip if I am using it for any type of more strenuous outdoor tasks. So really cool design. Definitely dig both the ergonomics and just the overall feel of the knife. Next up, we have the CRKT Minimalist Cleaver. And I got this knife because I had seen the popularity. This was about a couple years ago, seen the popularity in the Minimalist series by CRKT, and I kind of wanted to see, is this any better than the Outdoor Edge Lay Duck? So kind of trying to see if it would be better than this version of kind of my more compact belt carry / neck carry knife. And honestly, definitely check out the versus videos of these two knives going head to head, the Lay Duck and the Minimalist Cleaver. Just kind of get a little more insight into which one I think is better. But overall, this is just a great knife. The ergonomics are excellent. It's definitely light. It's definitely very compact. And honestly, I went with the cleaver style blade because this is just very utilitarian. You can do a lot of push cutting. Also, with this nice 90 degree, this gives a very easy access to doing draw cuts, which is really nice. So really cool. This feels, on the handle material, it kind of feels like micarta, but it is actually G10, but they kind of gave it a micarta feel. So it's actually really grippy and very comfortable. Some nice jimping. Overall, a nice little fixed blade knife. Next, I have the Morineve 511 Basic. Been wanting to get kind of a lighter outdoors slash backpacking camping knife. And obviously this is super budget. You can get it for about $13. So really a good value for what you're getting. Obviously you're not getting the most sturdy or robust knife in the world, but this is going to be really good for both being light and doing a lot more outdoors tasks than maybe a traditional folder knife might be. So really cool, nice carbon steel. Love the Scandi grind on this knife. And honestly, the best thing about this is you're getting about almost a 4-inch blade for a very lightweight knife, which is really nice. And that Scandi grind is going to be really good for wood carving and any type of wood processing or making fires, which is really cool. I did add a little bit of additions, have a fire starter, which we'll kind of talk about where this ferro rod came from. Obviously I attached some paracord to the sheath on here, and I did grind down and make this part down here a 90-degree spine for fire striking. So really cool, love this knife, super lightweight. Next up, this is kind of more of an impulse purchase, got from Amazon. This is the Elk Ridge ER02 stainless steel, kind of a Bowie style or Bowie style knife. Honestly, not really confident that this is going to be a super great outdoors knife in terms of really beating the crap out of it. You know, this is kind of a budget, kind of knockoff Bowie knife. It's definitely not full tang, but just kind of a cool, thought it was kind of a fun purchase, kind of like buying a gas station knife. But nonetheless, really cool. Sometimes you just want to buy knives that, you know, look cool or kind of remind you of your childhood. I kind of want to be like Rambo a little bit. But haven't really put this through any type of task or put it through its paces. I'm sure it can handle obviously some minor stuff, but nothing special about this knife, just kind of a cool, fun purchase. Next up, we have the BPS Knives Adventure, and this was kind of me getting more into a budget-friendly but obviously more functional outdoors knife. So not the Elk Ridge Bowie knife, but more of a true outdoors knife that I know can handle a lot. And there's a lot of videos out there on this knife. Check out my overview and impressions video. Really good design. Definitely in the budget category. I got this for about $35, which is a really good deal considering you're getting a lot of blade length. You know, you're getting carbon steel 1065, so nothing crazy, but it's going to work pretty well. Nice 90-degree spine, and the handle scales can actually be removed, which is also a nice added feature. So really excited to use this knife more in the outdoors. It does come with a beautiful leather sheath considering the price, and it does come with a ferro rod as well. So really cool knife. Really excited to kind of put this through its paces. Next, we have kind of one of my more, probably my first fixed blade knife, and that is the Bear Grylls, the Gerber Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife. Obviously, you can tell it's been used. I've had this knife for probably over a decade. So more of my first fixed blade knife, definitely when I was a little younger. Overall, it's not a bad knife. It's definitely nothing special, but it's going to do most of the tasks you need it to do. It's by no means cheap or crappily made like this one, but I don't know if I would trust this knife over my BPS Knives Adventure. Nonetheless, good intent, fits in the budget category. Came with a pretty cool little sheath. That ferro rod that you saw on this knife, I actually stole from it to use it and repurpose it. It comes with a diamond sharpener on the back of it. And it also came with an emergency whistle, which I've repurposed to put on my keys. So I don't really use this knife a whole lot, but just kind of keep it around as sentimental value for kind of being one of my first fixed blade knives. So pretty cool. And lastly, another fixed blade knife, definitely not in the functional use category, is this American Eagle inspired Bowie type knife with some kind of brass knuckle handles. Obviously made in China, just says stainless steel. So this is by no means anything special. This is a wall hanger slash decorative knife. And this was actually given down to me by my grandfather after he passed. And younger me, you know, at that time didn't know anything about knives, and I thought that this was a expensive, super heavy duty outdoors knife, and it just looked, you know, really, really cool. And I did try to stab it in a tree and it bent. So definitely not heat treated. This is just a stainless steel wall hanger, but still holds some sentimental value for me. So yeah, so that's my fixed blade knife collection. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Again, if you saw any knives on here that you want a little bit more information on, see if you would want to purchase it, definitely check out the videos on the channel. Most of these knives on here have a video made about them. So thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you're not already, subscribe to the Rocky Mountain EDC channel. Thanks.